Hello everyone, my name is Josie and I live in Italy, in Sicily to be precise. For those who don't know, there's some of my followers already know. And because I used to do a lot of videos on mixed media, and for years now I went back to doing more sewing projects, patchwork in particular. So yeah, I haven't really abandoned my mixed media, but sometimes I get the urge because I'll watch videos of the people that I've been following for years and things. But yeah, if I start taking out all of that, it's going to be a problem because my sewing is already taking up all the space in my bedroom. So yeah, I live in Sicily, and unfortunately here there are some thrift shops and things like that, but they're far, number one. Number two, it's not really, it's starting to get in now, that people are starting to know about these used shops and things like that. If I really wanted to, I could probably take a half an hour's drive to a bigger city here close by. And we're right at the point of Sicily where you cross over from Reggio Calabria and to Messina, and that's from where I'm from, the province of Messina. So yeah, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. So I wanted to do this video first of all now because I want to show the last Christmas stuff that I've done, and to tell you that I haven't been constant with the videos because I have a 15-year-old lab that hasn't walked since spring. And it's a lot of work. It's a heartbreaking, back-breaking. I can't. I start crying when I think about her. But she's, other than that she can't walk, she's perfectly fine. She's eating, drinking, being active with us when we go and pet her and play with her because, she's there. She's doing nothing anymore. So we try to, be there with her, and she loves to be petted and everything, and she'll just set her head down on my arms for me not to move anymore. She goes, no, you're staying here. She's so sweet. But yes, and she's just so active mind-wise. She's her ears perk up when she hears her name, and she's a beautiful dog, and I've enjoyed her so much for these 15 years. She's been a real blessing. Anyways, I wasn't expecting her. My kids wanted her, and I ended up, she's my shadow. She follows me. If I'm not in the room for so long, she starts yelping because she wants our company, or she wants to be turned, or she's thirsty, or she just went pee. So we're talking about a 40-kilogram lab. She's a big lab. Her parents were big too. Just the structure of this lab, she's huge. So lifting her and everything to put the bed pads underneath her, because naturally, I've told you, she hasn't walked since spring anymore. She barely gets up to try to turn over, and that lately we've had to help her without too, because we noticed that she was yelping but not sure what she wanted. So my doubt at all is that she's probably in pain, and probably she is, but she wants to be turned. So we found out this, and apart that we were doing it before too, but she was doing it mostly on her own. Like when we saw her trying to get up before, we'd be there right away. Sometimes she would do it without us being in the room. So yeah. Anyways, let's get to me. So we're going to talk about first a haul. So I talked about these not too long ago. Let me get this stuff away. I bought a whole bunch of linens. Let me see if I could show you guys. So these are all the linens, and I told you that I had all these pastel grays and pinks and blue and peaches, beautiful colors. And recently I found the last 3 colors that I want to add into this blanket when I start doing it, which is this beautiful, very light lime green. Well, you wouldn't call it lime green. I can't remember, an aqua green. This very pale yellow, and this very pale peach. So yeah, I'm hoping to, this is a next year's project, and it's going to be a project that's going to take quite a while because I'm not going to work at it all the time. And then I'm kind of organizing my home right now. So I did find a whole bunch of laces. So here in Italy, there's what would you call a tradition that not so much now, because more women are studying and they're, you know, they're not, okay, let's say this. When they say we're 30 years behind, we are 30 years behind here in lots of ways still. And anyways, for the girl, before she gets married, the mother prepares all the linens and everything. Like you gotta have to have 12 sets of sheets and their matching blankets, towels, tablecloths, the whole works. And when they finally do get married, the mother brings in the curtains for all the house and the carpets. The man usually brings the house and all the furniture. So, like I said, you know, I don't know if lots of people still do that, especially for the women, because like I said, more women are studying now, they're leaving, especially here in Sicily, because we don't have a lot of job opportunities. So a lot of the young people go up north to study, and then they probably end up staying there too, because naturally, what are they going to come back here for? You know, they studied and they're not going to be able to find a job. Anyways, my brother-in-law used to be a door-to-door salesman with all these linens, and he had the most beautiful linen. Like, my mother never saved all this stuff for me. First of all, they came back here in Italy when they were in 85, I think they came back. They spent 30 years in Canada, and then they retired, coming back to Sicily. I followed them after a year, met my husband within that year, and got married. So my mother wasn't, you know, doing this stuff for me. Apart that in Canada, she never did. I think she did for my oldest sister. They went into the Italian community there in Toronto, and they bought all the linens and everything she needed. My mother bought it all at once. And that's what happened to me too, because it was a surprise as well too that I had this boyfriend and I was pregnant. We got together really fast. Like, the house was being built right away, and this is my mother-in-law's house, so they transformed this big house into a small part for my in-laws, and I took over their older house, which was all restored and everything for us 30 years ago. A bit more, yeah, 30 years ago. That was in 88. Much more. My son will be turning now, oh gosh, he was born in 88. I'm sorry, you guys. It's not because I don't remember the ages of my son. I remember the years they were born. But time goes by so fast, and there's 5 of them. So I'm trying to figure out sometimes. Anyways, yeah, he used to sell these products. And in the end, he used to have a whole truck full of all these linens. But in the end, they started going towards more samplers. So they would have these big, huge books with all the samples in them. And I was given a whole bunch of these samples. So these are what is going to be going into this linen blanket. So it's going to be a linen lace, anything I can get that. I have a whole bunch of old doilies as well too. Those will also go in for them. This I'm going to be making for my granddaughter, and she's still just 5 months old, so I have lots of time. But this will be something that I would love to give her in the future. I hope to spend about a couple of years on it, 3 maximum. And her mother could save it for her. So that's what would be done, you know, from when the baby was born here to, you know, adulthood. The mothers would already start, and a lot of them would do these things at home. They would, you know, do all these embroidered sheets and just gorgeous stuff, especially crochet blankets, cantu, a whole bunch of these things, and I got them all. So yeah, I got all these beautiful laces. I got laces from my sister's wedding shop as well too. So I got all these types of laces that I want to put in, and I just wanted to show you really quick that the next haul that I did was this Tilda, what do you call them, layer cakes? Yeah, Tilda layer cakes. That's oh, what's it called, wallflower. So yeah, I plan to, I'm not going to even bother touching this because I don't know what I want to do with it yet. But it needs to be a design that has bigger blocks, because these have beautiful big designs as well too, even if they're only 10 inches. So I have to figure out something that showcases these beautiful big designs, especially in this one where there's faces. It's really pretty. And that's one. Another one is that I was waiting for so long. It got lost. I had paid for it. The lady wasn't sending it back to me. It was a whole thing. It lasted almost 2 months, this thing. But these were batiks from a collection of Edith Starr. Is Starr, I think she's called? Yeah, so these were batiks, which I was in a hurry to have too because I had to make my daughter-in-law her kitchen set. So her table runner and all these things, which I'll show you later on. And then I got one of her books. These are old. They're not new books. They're not the latest taken out. I think this was, I can't remember. But yeah, it's not a new book. But this is really pretty too. Season in Blue. Yeah, from Laundry Basket Quilt. So I'm hoping to get something done in that too. Another recent book that I bought is this. And it's an older book as well too, because I've seen that there's a lot newer ones and everything. But I would like to attempt this. And I would like to attempt this with this collection that I had bought a long time ago, which I can't even tell you what it is, you guys, and it probably doesn't exist anymore. Because I took off all the salvages to make my salvage quilt. So yeah, and this is going to be one of those. And that's about it. This other book that I bought that is so interesting, and it's an older book as well too, is this one here. It's got beautiful designs in here for diamonds, hexagons, a whole bunch. Very simple to follow as well too. And I'm hoping to do a future quilt with some kind of design from this as well too. I just want to check if it's still recording. Is it recording? Yes, it is. I think it is. Okay. Hopefully I don't waste all this time thinking that I'm recording. So yeah, that's about it for the hauls. And I did a couple of things that don't have to do anything with sewing. And this is one of them. So I had these boxes from Brie cheese. And especially now for Christmas, they're selling these. In fact, I've always bought these for Christmas because we'll make a nice thing of cheese with pastry around it. So it's one of our Christmas Eve kind of things. And so I had this beautiful napkin, which this napkin I've used for a ceramic egg, and it looks gorgeous on this ceramic egg. And what I did was I put 2 magnets on the back. And inside, and this one, I have all my quilting pins. And then in another one, I have all my bobbins. And these stick onto the inside of the door of my desk. So they're out of the way, but easily reachable because I just have to open the door and grab them. My problem was the magnets. What I have to do is take the magnets off I put in the door and try to find something like a plain bar where these attach to better than what they do on these ones. Sometimes I found that they've fallen because they're not holding. So yeah, and I made 2 of these. Another thing that I made, let me make some room here, sorry guys. Oh, I finally bought one of these huge, these thread things that hold big bobbins of thread. I've had lots of problems with my sewing machine, you guys, lately. It's been so frustrating trying to get all this Christmas stuff done. And my sewing machine breaking down. This one is a little horse. It's a Singer, it's older. I bought this in 2000. My other one is newer that does embroideries, and it's always a Singer, but it's been giving me problems lately. I don't think it's made to, I've been doing lots of things with baiting, especially the baiting that we're using for oven mitts. It has that metal. I don't know what went wrong, but the needle got stuck into it. I brought it to get fixed. He said, please be careful with it. Be more delicate. I'm going, you know, it's a sewing machine. I need to sew with it. Anyways, another project that I did that's not sewing related, but I use it for sewing, is this box. Now this box was already a nice cardboard box. I don't know what was sold in this cardboard box, but I always, you know, go through my sister's stuff and don't throw that box away. I can use it. So this fabric is a fabric that, you guys, don't buy fabric from Temu. I only got one quality of fabric, and I'll be showing that to you in one of the Christmas gifts that I made for my granddaughter. It's terrible. So to consume this fabric, I did the box in it, but the box is, you know, nice and high, as you can see. It's a pretty big box, and I wanted to use it to carry around my hand sewing stuff. And this is for I did some weaving hearts, and I have a little panel. I showed into the other video if you're interested in seeing it. And it's a slow stitching project. So in here, what I did was I built a 2-layer with using older boxes. There's something stuck on the bottom. Using two old, no, I made these lids. I made them, yeah, because I did find a box and I could cut it down, but it wasn't the right size for this box. So I had to make them. In the middle, I put a big wood dowel, and then I put some baiting around here to cover this piece up. And yeah, it's a 2-layer. So in here I have all the laces and rickracs and things that I need for this sewing project. And on top of here I have more, you know, ribbons and things that I'm going to be using in that sewing project. Whatever I need for that sewing project. I have a little bag of buttons, and then some of the hearts that I still want to put around that particular project. I have not been working on that project at all because of the Christmas stuff. I got to get the Christmas stuff out of the way. I have all of it, most of it bagged up and ready to get out of here. As soon as I finish this video, I'm going to tape up the last bags, put them in the other room, and as soon as I can, I'll start distributing them because it's taking up a whole bed. Okay, so that's that. And then the other project that I do slowly work on is the solid crochet. I want to make a Battenberg little quilt for my daughter-in-law. And these are, they're called Baby Cotton by DMC. Let's see if I can find one with a, yeah, right here. So it's a DMC Baby Cotton. And I'm doing this little Afghan for her, so that'll be something that I'll be giving her in a few years as well too. And that's something that she can actually use. Oh, I dropped so oh, here we go, there. I dropped some fabric. Okay, so let's get on to the Christmas gifts, and I'll show you my favorite one of all time. So this is for my granddaughter. And this is the fabric, the only fabric that was usable for sewing projects. I'm telling you, I do not like this fabric. I used another collection that I bought, and I thought, okay, you know what? I'm going to start doing a IPP project with it, and that was a total disaster. It's there, and I don't know what to do with it because it's terrible fabric. But this was cotton. Apart that there's a lot of them that are mixed in here that are actual moda. This is one of the Timu, but it actually was a nice cotton. But unfortunately, out of all the fabrics that I got, this was the only collection that was actual cotton. And some of them did say there was cotton. So, you know, I thought, okay, it says cotton, but what kind of cotton? So, yeah, learn a lesson. Look, it didn't cost a lot. They weren't, you know, prices over. I bought worse fabric, actually, with more money, and have been completely... it's like this type of fabric here. They're beautiful prints and everything, but it's kind of like, I don't know, I'm not crazy about the quality of it. So I use it for crafting projects and these type of sewing projects. What I did make for my granddaughter was all these baby blocks. So, and I put some letters on them. I cut them with my Sizzix machine, and I made 8 of them. And on the inside, so I'm turning the house over looking for these little bells that I had, and I found them. They're right under the camera, actually, in a box. So I thought I was going to put these big bells on the inside, so that way I didn't have to, and I couldn't find them. So what I did was I got old, there was beads in these little tiny containers once upon a time. So I got those, and I filled them with beads to make this noise. And they're all different types of beads, so they'll make different noises. So I made her 8 blocks like these with all the letters on them. I used, you know, what's this called? Lace and, you know, all different types of lace and bric-a-brac and everything. They're pretty, they're nice and colorful. And I thought when I was making them, I was going, oh, you know what? I did make them a bit too big, but I'm actually happy with this. I made my grandson some a long time ago, but they're much bigger than these. And then what else I made for my granddaughter was a baby bottle warmer. So I got to buy a baby bottle to put in here. And I do want to buy her to a set of, a little spoon, because she's starting to eat now. And then I made her this little placemat. So yeah, that's what I made for the kids. I made them placemats. What else did I make? I'll show you now, because I can give you lots of ideas for, you know, the Christmas gifts. So here I tied it up with a drawstring, and I had these 2 corners that were left over from when I cut the bag. So I just filled them up and sewed them back up and used them as little dangles. And it also stops from the string coming out, because I'm so worried about, you know, dangers that could be with, you know, homemade products for children. So, you know, you got to be careful with that too. And try to make it as, you know, child safe as you can. You never want, you know, a kid choking on a string like this. Okay, so that's for Sarah. And then for the boys, I'm packing them up in these boxes, and I made them, these are really old fabrics that I had. My very first fabrics that I bought when I was, you know, starting to quilt and everything. So these are really cute. And I'm using up, you guys, I didn't buy anything for these things. The only thing I bought was the thing to make the oven mitts, the Easel Bright. And what else did I buy? I can't remember. I had to buy something. And plus what I'll show you now. So in here, what I do want to add is I want to find a nice spoon for them. A nice spoon that they can, you know, use to when they use these cups. I bought them just white simple cups, and I did the sleeve around it. So those are for the boys, which are all different ages, but I'm sure they'll like these. And for the boys, I also made, put this back in here. For the boys, I also made a whole bunch of these cell phone cushions. Actually, I made about 20 of them. And yeah, boys, men, you know, I had the pick of fabrics, because it doesn't really take much fabric, so you can use a lot of scraps with this as well too. And then for extras, I still don't know who these are going to, but I still have another set that I'm almost finished. I had, you know, little pieces of baiting of Easel Bright, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to use them up right away, make these extra pot holders, and have them ready for gifts. And then I have some of the coasters as well too, which are really cute little gifts. Like I'll have my hairdresser who's coming, I think the 18th. Yeah, the 18th. So we won't be seeing each other anymore before Christmas, and I can give her Christmas gift too. For my daughter-in-laws, instead, I made them, so every set has an oven mitt and a tea towel, except for my daughter-in-laws. My daughter-in-laws have a table runner. And this is from those fabrics. Now, this daughter-in-law, I know what her kitchen's like. So I went, you know, right ahead and did it. My other daughter-in-law instead, she's going to be moving soon. And I want to wait to see what kind of kitchen she's going to have. So for her, I did it a Christmas fabric. And, you know, she can use that every year as well, too. But once she gets into her new home, I will make her a nice, you know, set of the table runner and all the oven mitts. The oven mitt I made for that set is this. I love these colors. I absolutely love them. And there's more fabric too. If she wants anything else made, She likes to cover her kitchen top. I don't. I used to have a glass top that would close on my kitchen top. And when I got my new kitchen top, I didn't want the glass anymore because it's nice because you can close it off. You don't have time to clean up the kitchen and everything. You can close it up. But I don't like it. And she doesn't use that to cover up dirt because she's constantly cleaning. She just likes the appearance of having where her burners are covered up. So I'm thinking of making her with the same fabric, because I do have lots of it still left over. It's not going to be enough to make a quilt, so I might as well use it up for her. And then the tea towel is this. I just sewed a whole bunch of strips together and then made a border. This is around the end of, the sewing, all the Christmas stuff, and I was kind of just tired and, didn't want to fuss over how am I going to do it, what am I going to do, so I just really put it together really fast. And in every packet of the kitchen, I bought a set of wooden spoons, so you can think about all of this, you can put a whisk in there, you can put so much in there for them. You can put, if you know that they're missing a timer, you can put a little timer in there. You can buy lots of cute stuff for little money. You don't have to spend a whole bunch, And so, yeah, so that's another one. And my other daughter-in-laws, like I said, I want to wait for her for Christmas to see what, for her to move, to see what kind of color she's going to pick for her new kitchen. So this is another one that I made. This is one I made for her with Christmas fabric. So this one she could use every year anyways. Yeah, just a really fast strip Quilt As You Go project. Okay, was there anything else that I had to show you guys? No, other than I was cleaning. I'm cleaning. I'm trying to organize. My house is such a mess, and I'm not really into, because of the dog situation, you guys, and reason why too, I can't be constant with the videos. So hopefully I'll be back in the new year to show you more, because I can't wait to take all of this away. All the Christmas fabrics I have, folded, and they're going to be going away in their spot. And yeah, I'm not even Christmas decorating the house. I know, shame on me. I don't have the time to. I just don't have the time to. Let me see, I made a little list just to make sure that I wasn't forgetting anything that I wanted to tell you as in future projects. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I want. I want to start my grandson's blanket. I have to finish that. So yeah, it's all in pieces, and I just need to set it on the bed one day and try to get it done in one day, so that way, because when you're using your bed, then you got to take everything off again. I don't have space here for a design board. And yeah, so that's about it, you guys. I think I showed you everything. Yes, I did. And if you stayed up with me up until now, thank you so much. And hopefully, oh, you know what? I wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas and the happiest of New Year's. And we'll see you all in the new year, 2026. Oh my God. Bye.